Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're diving into the new Cable uniform to see just how well it holds up against his X-Force uniform. But first, before we get into Big Blue, I want to give a big thank you to everybody that watched the community podcast video. It was uploaded, about 15 hours ago. And it just means a lot to me that you guys support new ideas that I have and new sort of forms of content. I know it has to do with Marvel Future Fight, and that's something that you guys hopefully will always enjoy, or Marvel at large. But I really appreciate you guys coming into the comments, thumbsing up the video, sharing the video, and saying that you like this and you want more of it, and you give new ideas and you share your criticisms and your comments and your feedback. That really means a lot to me. So now let me give it back to you. This man right here, I think it was said previously, he could be the free-to-play champion, the free-to-play hero, the god of the free-to-play players, and he's only tier 2, baby. Now, we talk about free-to-play champions, we talk about characters like, Quicksilver is sort of free-to-play, but we talk a lot about characters like Sharon Rogers, characters like Captain America. These characters you can take to tier 3, even Captain Marvel, and they're going to do you well. So Cable is a little bit more expensive in the sense that you have to build him up. In order to build him up, you have to build up other characters first. You gotta unlock Quicksilver, yada yada yada. You gotta unlock him, you gotta beat him, and you gotta throw all these feathers at him, you gotta throw all these other materials. But no CCF, no Titan component packs, no Essence of Dimension, and no Titan records. Now you could go past Gear 20, in which case you're gonna need some tier 3 materials, but the majority of the time you're gonna need those capped materials: feathers, Mcron crystals, Mcron shards, a boatload of biometrics, and then buckets and buckets of gold. You need like Scrooge McDuck type gold. But he's really good, and this uniform could solidify him as an even bigger threat, and it really could make him one of the best options for a native tier 2 that's just gonna slam dunk PvE content. I highly doubt he's going to be good for PvP content still, but for PvE content, man. Now, before we get into it, sorry, one more thing I do want to say. Again, I urge the Marvel Future Fight devs, if you're watching these videos, and by the way, guys, this is an APK video, so this is being brought to you by the Net Marvel Star Agent program. I am a Star Agent, and I'm being given access to this test account, so everything you're seeing is not the final build, and hopefully, when I say that this is not the final build, hopefully, when we crack open those patch notes on that Monday morning, I believe it is, we will see the Phoenix Feather, Mcron Crystal, Mcron Shard, the X-Men material cap has been raised to 4,000 or 5,000, or it's been taken off and it's gone. There's no more cap. We need something like that ASAP, because on top of Cable coming out with this amazing new uniform, he's also available as a new world boss, and there would be so much more incentive to play this world boss and to play these world bosses in general if we could continue to bank up these X-Men materials. On my personal account, I've got 40,000 black antimatter. I've got more than double this, and I've got like 40,000 Chaos Nordstones. I don't really need more, and I would like to bank up like 10,000 Phoenix Feathers and Mcron Crystals and Mcron Shards. But come on, Marvel Future Fight, you're not really letting me do that with these stupid, silly caps, and it's garbage. So I just wanted to have that little spiel here one more time before we get into some skull-cracking good fun. So we're going to start this off with a stage 40 of Cull Obsidian. It's within my raid level, so we're not going to have any sort of penalty. Did I say I said Cull Obsidian, but anyways, we're playing with Cable. We're going to go with the old Cable uniform first. Really quick showcase here. His detailed page looks like this. Capped ignore defense, capped cooldown, 126, 35, 185. He's got a CTP of energy, which is pretty much the most popular CTP for him. And he does benefit a lot from a CTP because of the fact that he has the chain hit damage. And then when we switch over uniforms, it's pretty much the same. His cooldown is a little bit under capped, but otherwise it's the same. And I made sure that the optional uniforms were the same. And an interesting thing I just realized, his first optional uniform on X-Force is repeated in his new uniform. So that's actually a nice thing that the Marvel Future Fight devs did. On the one hand, we are being pretty salty, and I was being pretty critical of them for allowing a lot of native tier 2 uniforms to become optionals, like Mr. Fantastic and Quicksilver. But if you see Rogue's Age of Apocalypse, then you go over here and it's repeated. So that's kind of a good thing, because you don't have to, it's 9 uniforms and 9 optional uniforms instead of 10. Keep in mind that Cable has the leadership, so you can benefit from White Fox. And now here is where things start to get kind of nutty and kind of crazy, because this Cable this old eye patch Cable, does not have all defense down. So even though he benefits from White Fox's passive, okay, follow me here. He benefits from White Fox's passive because he has the leadership, okay? He doesn't benefit, he benefits from White Fox's uniform because her uniform has, you know, increase attack for all characters with leadership, right here. Allies with leadership increases attack by 10% and immunity to fear. But the new Cable uniform benefits from her leadership as well because he has all defense down. So his all defense down with his uniform, what is it? Minus 55%? That minus 55%, let me whip out my calculator real quick. 55 times 1.4, that's going to go to 77%. That's right, Mr. Streamer. So I would imagine that you could do something super cheeky with the new Cable uniform like this. It's not going to work for the old Cable uniform. 100% increased damage against supervillains. 77% all defense down. 20% guaranteed crit from Coulson. I'm spitting everywhere because I'm so excited. He's going to shred through bosses. Another reason to get White Fox if you have Cable and you're going to get this uniform. I've been saying it for months. Okay, but anyways, enough of that. We're going to go with this team up right here. We're going to go full guns blazing. We don't want to put in strikers. We just want to see Cable's damage. He's got a CTP of energy. He's got Uru. He's got maxed out important stats. His crit rate is a little low, but he gets 20% regular crit rate buff from his second skill. And we know how to play this Cable. This is the old school OG Cable. We're very familiar with his skill rotation. But thankfully, Netmarble didn't do anything to change that. So bada bing, we get that damage to fall. Look at that. Look at that. Shreds through. We have to run away. When that invincibility starts to pop off, that has not changed. You got to watch that number. Counts down 3, 2, 1. You got to run away. It has never changed. With about 1 second left on the 5th skill, you can go back into the rotation. Bada bing. You get that heal from 3. It's a beautiful thing. And there we go. So let's see how much damage he can put down in 1 minute. Assuming we don't get guard broken. Assuming nothing happens to us. And thankfully, there's no tornado BS to worry about. So we don't have, you know, we don't have too many disruptions. We have to do a cheeky get through there. We did skip the second skill, so we did miss a little bit of damage. That's okay. We can sort of, we can account for that. Okay, we missed the 3rd skill there, so we've missed a 2nd skill and a 3rd skill. Not really the fault of Cable's rotation, more a fault of Cull Obsidian's movement. So there we go. We got down to half 10. Beautiful. We let him go for the rest of the rotation because we wanted to make up for that missing 2nd skill and that missing 3rd skill when we missed those numbers. But that's going to happen just from the positioning because if the enemy's too far, if the boss is too far, you can't cancel your skills. That's skill canceling for you. It's not a perfect thing. It's not a science. It's not an exact science. So now let's jump right back in. No additional bonuses that this uniform is providing compared to his old one. Actually, if you compare, he's got 27,200 energy attack, but then here he's got 28,300. So he's missing about 600 energy attack. Not a huge number, but you know it's worth mentioning because you want to see, right? If this uniform is worth it, if you're gonna write this uniform down in your diary, dear diary, I'm gonna buy Cable's Messiah Cable and Deadpool uniform. You know, if you're gonna write that down in your diary, you want to know. You want this proof right here. Is it gonna be? You know, are we cutting the mustard here, folks, or not? I don't know if that's the right term, but anyways, we're gonna try the same rotation. Okay, we missed the 3rd skill, but we get the all defense down. Man, that damage is savage. Wow. Okay. Okay, we got frozen. Oh, wow, we got frozen, and the 4th skill did the damage. Whoa, okay, so we got frozen there, and the 4th skill did the damage, and the 4th skill damage was not even that bad. There we go, we got the full hit. Oh my god. Wow, B. A, B. It's a little bit tighter. You gotta have max attack speed. Oh my god, he's shredding this dude. Boom, okay, so. Okay. For those of you that weren't watching the videos super carefully, let me recap. You ran back to your computer. What is he talking about? Cynicalex, what's going on? Okay. We just did as much damage in about half the time. We effed up his 2nd rotation. We got frozen. But his 4th skill, even if you're a dum-dum, even if you have a really laggy phone, even if you have fatter fingers than me. The grease from the sausage that you're eating slips. Okay, you goof up the rotation. You only do 2-3-4. Bro, 2-3-4 did as much damage as Cable's old 4-2-3-5. Okay, because of the all defense down. All right, we got another 20, we got another 30 or so seconds. Let's see if we can punish this dude big time. We're also gonna have to compensate for the fact that we're gonna go into the next phase and we're gonna have that stupid cutscene. Okay, so let's see what happens here. You have to get really close. You got to get really close, and you might actually take some damage. But look at that, look at that damage. That was a bar and a half. Whew. So note the time. Note the time. Okay, 4:14. Okay, 4:14. He seems a little bit off-center. He's kind of worrying me. I think I'm going to get hit. Yeah, he's totally off-center. So if I had been K... Okay, 4:14. When do we get to switch back? We're going to get to switch back at 3:58. Okay, so we got to go down to 3:44. There we go. That was a good... Oh, there we go, baby. That was the one. 2 bars and change. Brother, I got some change for you. It's called Cable's new uniform. Oh, but you know what? Oh, did you guys see that? Rewind the video if you didn't see that. His 4th skill does not track. So that could be a little, you know, hey, listen, this is going super well. Unlike Apocalypse, this is a clear must buy. This is, in the words of a great man, a major, major, major go. But the 4th skill doesn't track. Unlike Cable's 5th skill, the 4th skill, once the clones come out, the illusions, whatever you want to call it, and they shoot that beam, and then there's a circle, and then there's the beam, that doesn't move. So if you have a really slippery boss, okay, you gotta keep that in mind. I don't think that takes away from the value of this uniform, because the value right now is off the charts. I mean, this damage is absolutely disgusting. This damage is disgusting. It doesn't take away from the uniform's value, but it definitely is something to consider, you know, based on your playstyle and based on the bosses that you fight and based on, you know, you might, you know, let's say you buy this uniform and then you try him against Thanos or against a boss that moves around more, and you're like, Cynicalex, I'm trying to replicate your results here, sir, but I can't. What's going on? Anyways, I want to try one more thing here before we wrap up. We're going to do this, and I want to see, this might do more damage. It might not. It might not do more damage because we're missing all of that Nick Fury bonus energy attack or all attack. But I want to see. I'm curious because I talk White Fox up a lot. I call White Tiger White Fox a lot. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not as good as I thought. Let's check this out. Nice rotation. Nice. Okay, it's like a bar and a half. Nice, I got it there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a super tight rotation. Wow. But when you get it, the damage just flows. The damage just flows. Wow. Wow, he's getting shredded. Sound like a skateboarder. Gnarly, dude. You're shredding, dude. Tony, call me up. Tony Hawk, call me up for a sponsorship or something. Come on. This Cable, dude, oh my god. Wow. Just mangling this dude. This might be better, actually. This is going really well. Can I break his shield? Yo, I should have tried. Can I break his shield? No way. Bro, stage 40 and I cracked the shield? That's impressive, though. Oh, I went too... Of course, of course. I break the shield, and then I kill myself because I got greedy, I got excited, and I ran in and got slapped by the chains. You see, guys? Perfectly balanced, just like all things should be. Perfectly balanced. Yeah, that's what yeah, exactly. Perfectly balanced. So, with that being said, holy crap. I could definitely go for another Cable showcase, but I think this one unequivocally, at least in my mind, I mean, visually speaking, this is a beautiful uniform. Marvel Future Fight. Hey, if you're listening, Marvel Future Fight, make more uniforms like this. This is what you should have done for Emma Frost. This is what you should have done for Human Torch and Invisible Woman. Those were lazy-ass uniforms. This is not. This is the pinnacle. I'm not saying that every character can be a god, but Do the skills look amazing? Do they look amazing? Absolutely. Do the skills transform him into a new character? Absolutely. Does the uniform itself look as crispy and as clean as a new Ferrari pulling up in your driveway? Absolutely. And is it a power bump? Absolutely. Your Honor, I rest my case. Let me know what you guys think of Cable. Let me know what you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching the content, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.